I got a phone call on Friday from a Talmud, a student who's going to get married. His chasna is on Sunday. And he was torn. On the one hand, he's excited for it and wants to celebrate it, but simultaneously, after the tragedy in Meron, he wasn't sure how he should feel and what he should say and should he address it. So he wanted to hear my thoughts. I sat and thought and reflected for a moment. And I shared with him that under the chuppah, we break a glass to commemorate, to remember, to remind ourselves of the morning of the Beis HaMikdash. And part of living a Jewish life, part of living a life committed to Torah is that we're supposed to be able to handle a conflict of emotions, the different emotions put together. On the one hand, we're mourning for the Beis HaMikdash. Simultaneously, it's David the Chassan who does that, but simultaneously, he's the one who's getting married. And I was thinking that as we move out of Avelos, as Klal Yisrael, moving from Lag BaOmer, simultaneously moving into Avelos of this tragic, horrific stories, and 45 different stories, some of people we know and some of people we don't know, some people who came from our yeshivas and our world and other worlds, sociologically, but all part of Klal Yisrael. I was thinking tefillah is certainly a natural response because tefillah captures everything. When you're happy, you daven. When you want to say thank you, you daven. When you're struggling, you daven. When you have nowhere else to turn, you daven. Tefillah be'es tzara. Certainly, that's a mitzvah sasi daraisim according to the Ramban. And even karbanos, a karban chatas, you bring when a person sins. A shalmei simcha, you bring to celebrate. You bring a karban toda to say thank you. And the common denominator between these karbanos and as well as the tefillah idea is that when you feel really emotional, you're supposed to turn to the Rabbanu Shalom. When you feel really happy, really appreciative, really sad, really regretful for a sin, after Nazirus and after one gives a birth, when there's a central moment in life, we're supposed to turn to the Rabbanu Shalom. And sometimes that moment is confusion. When you're happy, you're supposed to share that simcha with him. When you're sad, you're supposed to connect with him. Sometimes when tragedy strikes, there's a sense of confusion, and we're supposed to turn to the Rabbanu Shalom as well. And therefore, for all the young Chassan who waited till Sunday after Lag BaOmer to get married, for people who are struggling because they lost a family member or a friend or know of someone who lost someone, I don't know if I have answers. I don't know if we're supposed to have answers. But perhaps just turning to the Rabbanu Shalom, connecting as a nation together with him. I heard there was a kumsitz at the Kotel this Motzi Shabbos to try just to connect, a beautiful, beautiful gesture. We should continue connecting. Feel like when there's a tragedy that strikes, when we are confused with emotion, we should continue looking to try to connect to the Rabbanu Shalom. And hopefully that will serve as some level of condolence, share our simchas with him, be able to internalize and move forward based upon their reaction.